Good morning, children. This is Mrs. Anju Malim from Springfield's Masap Tank, biology teacher for class 9. Today, in this session, I am going to start with a new lesson number 6, sense organs. Before starting the lesson, I would like to ask you a few questions. What would you do when you touch an hot object? When you touch any hot object, do we hold it and keep standing there for a long time, or we remove our hand immediately? Yes, we remove our hand immediately. Why are we doing like that? Why are we reacting in that way? Because our skin, which is for sense of touch, will touch the hot object and send the message to the brain through the sensory neuron, and through the relay neuron the brain decides and takes the decision what to do, and send the messages through the motor neuron to the effectors, our muscles, and we immediately remove our hand from the hot object. That is the response. So the immediate response to the external stimuli is called as the reflex action, and this pathway is called as the reflex arc. Now, this is a schematic representation of nerve stimulation to response. How do we respond? Okay, children? Now, let us see the sense organs. There are 5 sense organs: eyes, ears, tongue, skin, and nose. All of them helps us to protect our body. The human sense organs contains the receptors that relay information through the sensory neurons to the brain, and from the brain in the appropriate places within the nervous system, and from the brain the messages are sent back to the effectors, that is muscles, where the action takes place. So each sense organs contains the different receptors. We are going to study in detail the structure and function of all the 5 sense organs. In today's class, I will be dealing with the internal structure of eye. Our eyes are located in the sockets, yes, and they are protected by the eyelids and the eyelashes. Basically, our eyes are made up of 3 layers. The outermost layer is called as the sclera. You can see the sclera, the blue color sclera, and the second layer is called as the choroid, the red color at the top, and the innermost layer is the retina, that is the yellow color. Can you observe, children? Yes. So these are the 3 layers the eyes are made up of. The outermost layer, sclera, is thick, tough, fibrous, non-elastic, and white colored layer. And this sclera, it bulges and forms the cornea. You observe the sclera? Yes, children? Yes. So sclera is the outermost layer, and it is bulging to form the cornea. Where the cornea is there, that place it is transparent. The second layer is choroid. Yes, children, can you see the choroid, red color at the top? Yes, it is black in color and contains a lot of blood vessels. It encloses the eye except the part of pupil. Now, what is pupil? Pupil is this portion, this blue iris, below the iris, that hole is there, that is called as the pupil, through which the light enters into the eyes. So in that place the choroid is absent. Okay? Okay, children. Now radial and circular muscles are present in the iris. Again, a biconvex lens is present immediately behind the pupil, which is attached to the ciliary muscles. The lens is suspended by the ciliary muscles or the suspensory ligaments. Now this lens will actually divide the eye into the 2 portions. Can you see the 2 portions? Yes. The portion of the eye in front of the lens is called as the aqueous chamber or aqueous body. It is filled with water-like fluid. Whereas the portion of the eye behind the lens is called as the vitreous chamber or vitreous body, where it is filled with jelly-like fluid. Okay. Now coming to the third layer, that is the retina. Yellow colored layer is retina. Now in retina is composed of the photoreceptors, the cells which are called as the rods and cones. We will study in detail about them. And the place where the no vision is formed, the place where the no vision is formed. For example, the place where the optic nerve is originating, this optic disc area, it is called as the blind spot, where no image is formed. Little above the blind spot is present the fovea or yellow spot or macula, which is the best vision place. So the best vision, the area of the best vision is little above the optic disc area. Optic disc area is the blind spot where no vision is formed. Optic disc area is no vision formed and it is called as the blind spot. Whereas the area just above the blind spot is called as the yellow spot or fovea or macula, which is the area of best vision. It is not labeled here, you can see the textbook. So, just to summarize, eyes are made up of three layers: sclera, choroid and retina. Outermost layer is sclera. It is thick, tough, fibrous, non-elastic and white colored. It bulges and forms the cornea. The end of the sclera connects to the optic nerve. Optic nerve carries the messages to the brain and the brain will recognize. The second layer is choroid layer. It is black in color and contains lot of blood vessels. Choroid encloses the eye except the part of pupil. Yes, children? Once again the same slide. Yes. We'll proceed now. The part formed around the pupil is iris and the biconvex lens is present just behind the pupil attached to the ciliary muscles and suspensory ligaments. The innermost layer is retina, which contains the photoreceptors called rods and cones. The area of no vision is called blind spot and the area of best vision is called yellow spot or fovea or macula. The region in front of the lens is called aqueous chamber and the region behind the lens is called as the vitreous chamber. Now let us see the functions of the eye. Let us start with the scleroid. Now scleroid means sclera, the outermost layer. It is light-proof fibrous tissue. Choroid prevents the internal reflection, supplies cells with oxygen and food and removes the waste. Retina, light-sensitive layer, contains the rods and cones where the image is formed. Yellow spot or fovea contains cones which work in bright light and gives us the sense of color. Optic nerve carries impulses to the brain. Vitreous humor, jelly-like material which maintains the shape of the eye. Ciliary muscles and the suspensory ligaments are involved in focusing. Iris controls the amount of light entering into the eye. Yes, iris will actually dilate the pupil and constrict the pupil. So the amount of light entering into the eye is controlled by iris and pupil is the hole in which the iris allows the light to pass through. Cornea is the transparent part of the eye where the greatest amount of refraction, the bending of light takes place. Remember children, the image formed on the retina is inverted image. Upside down image is formed on the retina. You will study in physics about it. And the lens is used to focus the object on the retina. Aqueous humor, it actually maintains the shape of the eye and conjunctiva protects the cornea. Conjunctiva is present which protects the cornea. Just have a look at this slide. This is regarding the photoreceptors. Now actually our retina is composed of rods and cones. Rods are light sensors. They are about 120 to 125 millions. They function in less intense light. They are used in peripheral vision, responsible for night vision where we can identify the shapes but we cannot identify the colors, and detects the black, white and shades of grey. Whereas cones they detect the colors. There are nearly 7 million cones in our eye. Highest concentration at fovea centralis. Rods are absent but the cones are present at the fovea, the area of the best vision. Functions best in the bright light, perceives the fine details. It can perceive three colors that are primary colors: red, green and blue, and their combinations also. We'll just have a quick look again at the function of rods. They are sensitive to low intensity light and detect the shades of gray found throughout the retina but absent in the fovea, in the center of the fovea or in the blind spot. Provides us with night vision where we can recognize the shape but not colors. Cones, they are sensitive to high light intensity, detect colors, don't operate in poor light. Concentrated in the fovea, they are found in the fovea, the area of the best vision. There are three types sensitive to red, green, and blue light. Now, if you see in this slide, rods and cones, they have nuclei, they have disc. Yes, the difference between their shapes. Okay, children. Now let us talk about the diseases and defects of eyes. The following are the diseases occurring due to the eye problems. First is, which vitamin deficiency causes the eye problems? Vitamin A deficiency causes the eye problems. Now coming to the night blindness. These people suffering from night blindness cannot see during the night. During daytime they have no problem. Xerophthalmia. Myopia is nearsightedness, means they can see the nearby objects but they cannot see the far objects. It usually occurs in children. Hypermetropia, farsightedness, where the people can see the far objects but cannot see the near objects. It occurs in the old people. Glaucoma, usually in diabetic patients. Cataract due to the age. And color blindness, difficulty in differentiating the colors is called as a color blindness. It is mostly by birth. This problem is mostly by birth. Now, how can we take care of our eyes? Wash eyes with fresh water and at least 3 or 4 times a day. Keep a distance of 25 centimeters while reading. Keep the distance between the eyes and the book at least 25 centimeters. Don't give continuous stress and strain to the eyes. Use your mobiles as less as possible. Eat food materials like green leafy vegetables, carrots, etc., rich in vitamin A. Work under good lighting. Don't rub your eyes if anything falls in them. Just wash the eyes immediately. Avoid to see lightning, gas welding sparks, eclipse. Consult eye specialist whenever you face any vision related problem. You know what are the eye specialists called? Ophthalmologist. Yes. Now, today we have covered sense organs, internal structure of eye, function of different eye parts, difference between the rods and cones, eye diseases, and taking care of eyes. Now, homework for today. Describe the structure of eye with the help of a neat label diagram. Learn to draw the diagram of eye. You can see the PDF. I have drawn it in a very simple way. And also write the difference between the rods and cones. Even these answers are there in the PDF. Please refer the PDF. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video and understood the concept. Thank you very much.